Ambassador Hackabee, thank you very much for having us again.
It's great to be with you. Thank you very much for the conversation.
How should we interpret the president's statement that he is going to be very decisive with Netanyahu regarding ending the war in Gaza?
First of all, I think it's very significant. People need to understand that for the Prime Minister of Israel to make his third trip to Washington, to be invited by the White House to come and have this visit, is in itself historic. I can't think of any world leader who has made as many trips to the White House to meet with the President of the United States in as short a period of time as has the Prime Minister of Israel. That ought to say something about the close relationship that exists not only from these two governments, but from these two individuals. So that's something to just take note of. Secondly, I think everybody wants the same thing. First, get the hostages home, every last one of them. I say all the time, I want this pin that is on my lapel, I want to take it off. I want to throw it away. But I can't do that until every hostage returns home to their families. So it would be the joy of my life to be able to take this off and never see it again. I know that's what the president wants, it's what the prime minister wants, and it's what the people of America and the people of Israel want. And the only reason it hasn't already happened is because so far Hamas has not wanted that to happen. Let's hope this week they decide they do want it to happen.
Is President Trump still fully committed to ensuring that Hamas is destroyed and plays no role in the day after in Gaza?
As he has said repeatedly and without any equivocation, Hamas has no future in Gaza. Not to run it, not to be in charge of it. And I think most people understand that leaving Hamas in charge of Gaza, leaving it to stay there and have some role, would be like leaving the Nazis in Germany at the end of World War II. The president has made it clear that that's not an acceptable conclusion. So just like I said before, take the president at his word. He certainly backs it up with his actions. I would say that Hamas needs to take him at his word.
You may have heard about the initiative in Netanyahu's coalition to apply Israeli sovereignty over Judea and Samaria. Personally, you have stated in the past that you believe these territories should be part of the State of Israel. What is the administration's position regarding Israeli sovereignty in Judea and Samaria?
I'll find out next week when I'm in Washington with the Prime Minister's visit. But I'm not prepared to speak to that today. And of course, you know, as an ambassador, it's not my opinion or my viewpoint that matters. It's that of the president. He's the one who was elected. He's the one who sets foreign policy. I'm sure it'll be a matter of discussion, but I couldn't predict for you what the outcome of that discussion will be.
Let's talk about Iran. Will the administration give Israel a green light to attack again if Iran tries to rebuild its nuclear program or its ballistic missiles capabilities?
I think the bigger question is, what did the United States say? How did the president address it? And it was clear. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. He said it, he meant it, he backed it up with action. B-2 bombers went and obliterated the nuclear sites of Iran. And if they don't get that message now, they'll never get it. So I hope that it's not so much a matter of what will Israel do. We think we know, but I know for certain what the president has said, and he's already proven that he meant it, and he backed it up with actions, the actions that really did transform, I think, a realignment of the entire Middle East.
There is a new bipartisan legislative initiative in Congress seeks to grant the president the authority to lend Israel B-2 stealth bombers and heavy bunker-busting munitions. What is the administration's position on this initiative, and what are the chances that we might see Israeli pilots in the future using B-2?
I couldn't speculate on that. I mean, that's a complicated issue that would go through the Congress and be something the president would weigh in on, which he has not publicly. So one thing I've learned, don't get ahead of him. Don't try to predict what he'll do. You're almost wrong every time. But in this case, I would say that one thing we can be assured of is that if the world hasn't figured it out by now, the United States and Israel has a very unique bond that is more than friendship, more than an alliance. It is a partnership. And that was so vividly seen during the extraordinary cooperation between our military, between our intelligence, and between our governments as it related to the obliteration of Iran's nuclear aspirations.
There is a lot of talk recently about normalization between Israel and Syria. Many Israelis are concerned that Syrian President al-Jolani is deceiving us and the US and hasn't truly changed his worldview since his days with Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Are you not worried that both countries, Israel and the US, are being naive?
I don't want to predict what may come out of the meetings in terms of the expansion of the Abraham Accords, but I think it's pretty obvious that when the president took the sanctions off Syria and said he wanted to work with this new government and help them, he shocked the world. But what he really did, he preempted this new Syrian government from creating an alliance and a partnership with someone that would be very dangerous, not just to Israel, but to the world. They could have partnered with Russia or China or Iran, but the president stepped in and very brilliantly said, we'll be a partner. We'll help navigate this together economically and from a security standpoint. By doing that, it gives us a much better sense of optimism that this is a government that is willing to move toward not just normalization with Israel, but toward normalization, period, toward being a neighbor in this part of the world that recognizes there's no future in having enmity with Israel, or enmity with anybody for that matter. Peace is a better path. That's what the president has put forth as his primary objective. And I think we're going to see something very significant happen, not just in Syria, but in all of the Middle East with the expansion of Abraham Accords.
Ambassador Hackabee, thank you very much for this interview.